now.
Yeah.
How do I sound on the? I got to turn myself down a bit. Wow. Okay. Ah.
You're a little hot.
Am I still kind of hot? How about now?
Better.
Test? Okay, I'm not going to be talking super loud, but I think this is a good place, like right here. You think
Maybe
that's good?
A little bit lower.
A little lower. Okay, how about here?
That's
right
good.
here?
That's
okay,
good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Immediate cough. What's up, man?
Hold on. Let me end this other stream real quick.
Okay. So you have today you said, all right, I'll wait till you start it up. All
right, so this is going. We're recording. Let me just make sure this up a little bit. We're recording. You're on. I'm on. Everything should be good. And it looks like, yeah. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey,
so
man.
This is our first like honest attempt at a podcast.
Yeah, I think this could very possibly be the actual first episode that we would put out. Maybe.
Okay. As if we hadn't already been putting out everything else.
Yes, but
okay.
In my mind, I want us to take the audio from these and actually have it on like the podcasting apps at some point.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun.
I'm trying to find the Lifestream channel. Oh, here it is. Okay, got it. With Hangout with the Mike, the Sauce God Daniels. Okay. All right. You want to give yourself? You want to give yourself some more headroom? You're kind of cutting your head out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, look at that shiner.
That's shiner.
Look at that puppy. Look at that puppy sing, man.
I'd like to take that and transition to our next topic.
Okay.
Topic one. I planned out 3 segments. So first segment I wanted to do, what do you think of the Cambodian genocide?
Like in general?
Yeah.
That's a hot way to start our podcasting career, don't you think? Maybe we should dial it back with like another topic, like top 10 cutest puppies to ever wear a sweater. Like, shouldn't we start with something like that? What are your thoughts in general on the Cambodian genocide?
Yeah, I thought we could kind of mesh both of those together. But
this is a segment?
Yeah, this is a segment.
Just okay. I took a class called The American War in Vietnam once that talked about the Cambodian genocide. And that was like one of the most horrific things that that age of communism really ever produced, right? Because like they took everything away from everybody. They conducted military experiments on prisoners. Everybody wore the same clothes. The only thing that you could have on you as a personal possession was a spoon. I'm serious. No, dude, it's fucking horrifying. And they did all this terrible stuff to like the people of Cambodia. And the guys, I know the guy's main name was Pol Pot. I watched a documentary on it where this guy was actually a wood carver, and he would like carve out little figurines and tell the story of his family and the Cambodian genocide. And it's absolutely like, it's totally horrific. It's like the worst. Like it's like a just another one of those crazy stories of just like absolute hell on earth.
Dude, this didn't go well at all because it turns out you're like a lot more educated on this subject than I expected.
All right.
So I'm happy that.
Well, I'm incredibly intelligent and like cunning. You know that, right? Like that's one of my, like if I was an evil villain, they'd be like, he's incredibly intelligent and cunning and manipulative. Like,
I knew that much from the way your hair is slicked back, but
yeah, if you ever see somebody in this day and age with slick back hair, you just walk away because they do not want to be your friend. They are a psychopath. They look at themselves in the mirror and they're like, I'm going to get my hair to perfection every morning forever so that people will look at me and say, hey, that's an approachable guy, and I can take advantage of them without them knowing. That's what a motherfucker who slicks his hair back every day and like puts on a like. You want to talk about like who the actual psychopaths are? It's the people who slick their hair back every day, shave their face, put on like a sweater, put a sweater on over a collared shirt, and wear like khakis. You know, like it's not the people who you see and you're like, oh, that guy's got a chip in his shoulder. He's definitely wants to hurt people. It's like, no, Joe Schmo over there, like regular Bob from the cul-de-sac, is the most dangerous person you will ever meet in your life if pushed to the edge.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do we want to segue into your first segment that you came up with?
Oh, yeah. I didn't come up with one, but I could give it the good old college try.
Well, you are in college.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we could do you like playing Would You Rather?
Only if the internet generates my would you rathers, and they're ones I've already done before.
All right, let's do Would You Rather, and I will look up some on the internet, and we'll just chat about it, and I'll try to keep them as original as I possibly can. I'm excited. I know I'm excited. I know everybody's excited to see this. I said would and rather. That's just something I would want to do. You know, that's not like a question. Would you rather? You want to go skydiving or see a movie? I would and rather do that than what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Yeah. Do they always start off on the same one? I don't want to do that.
Wait, let's do it. I want to do it again. Which one is it?
It's this one that we keep fucking coming to. I don't know how to randomize this thing, so it just plays in order, and I have to skip through like 20 questions. It's would you rather lead? It's always this one. It's would you rather lead a boring life from here forward, or be reborn with all of your memories into a baby of the opposite sex? We've already answered that question.
Wow, that is a really interesting question.
Yeah.
Let me think about that for 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk about that for 15 minutes, but no longer. 15 minutes. What do we have to say?
Yeah. So the most interesting part about that is if you're reborn, you're going to be a different gender.
Yeah. So that's like a whole nother animal, you know?
Yeah.
That's
completely.
like a whole, yeah. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the one on the lead a boring life from here forward is like,
right.
That's just my life already, you know? So
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's your normal life. That's what
I guess we
already.
we could spice things up and be reborn with all my memories into a baby of the opposite sex.
But keep in mind, if you do that, while you do get to have all your memories, you are changing sex as a baby.
Yeah. So, which that is true. Now the thing that is interesting about that is like, if I was because I'm a straight man, you know, and if I'm born with all of my memories, would I be a lesbian or would I be, you know, what I want to get? Would I want to suck wieners?
And putting that head to head with the other.
And would I be like, would I want to have as much sex as I would as a man? You know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And if you think about it compared to the first option, which was just to live a normal life.
Yeah.
Here on out.
Yeah.
That puts.
Well, no, not a normal life, a boring one. Like, I wonder what level of boredom it is. Sure. Like, if it's painfully boring all the time, like, sign me up. But if it's like if it's a little if it's like if it's 9/10 as fun as it is now, I'm okay with that. You know, that's still a lot of fun. Does it make sense? Like, I don't want to like make that life-changing decision.
Okay. No, I like where you're going with this, but I would like you to give a little bit more thought to the other option, which would be
a boring life.
No. I want you to think about what if you were reborn, per se.
Yeah.
With the memories you had now.
Okay.
But you were the opposite sex.
I don't know. I mean, if it was all wired,
and I'd like to turn that question on its head, and then swing you back to option one, which was lead a boring life from here on out, and see what your thoughts would be on that option.
if I was the same level of attractiveness as a woman as I am a man, I would take that, and I would just like I would totally just I mean I would find myself a sugar daddy and
Now,
just
which side are you addressing right now?
The change the sex part.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd like you to think more about the other one.
Okay, so now we're going in circles. All right, so let's go to the next one because that one's done. Would you rather lose your preferred hand or lose your preferred foot?
Wow, I'd go
Do you
lose
have
the
a
foot.
do you have a preferred foot?
I'm a soccer player, so my right's a lot better than my left.
But you would give that all up?
Yeah, I think I'd have to. Oh, a dominant hand. Actually,
I mean, a bionic hand is way easier to
you're right.
replace than
Yeah.
than a leg. I was actually talking to Jabs about this. We had this discussion. He was like, "Yeah, like they figured out hands a long time ago, but
Interesting.
like to the balance issue of the human leg and like replacing a human leg is really really hard."
Mhm.
And you'd have to carry around like a box that has a bunch of different legs in it, like Captain the Hook.
Yeah.
You know, one's for running, one's for sitting,
One's for when you're aboard the ship.
one's for when you're arg, you know, aboard the ship.
No, you're right. And if you lose one leg, running is a lot harder. It's like if you lose one hand, your functionality with one hand is actually still pretty high, right?
Yeah, but also you can still like replace it with a machine hand, which is almost like better than, you know, like my hand already. Like if I had the option, I think I would just go if I could just continue my stream of consciousness and be put into like a cyborg body, I totally would do that, you know? And then, you know what I mean? Like if that didn't mean like replicating me and then the actual me dies.
Yeah.
And it's like a surrogate. It's like if it was actually me in there, like I would totally do that. You could run forever, you know, punch holes in walls. You could save babies. You'd be a cyborg man running around.
Yeah, you can save a lot of babies like that.
Yeah,
way
totally
more.
Save a lot of babies and beat up a lot of bad guys who are taking purses.
Well, I'd like to for a second for you to think about what if those babies were you reborn with what you know now,
but with
the opposite sex.
Okay. So the next question, we're just gonna gloss over that one. Get electrocuted for 10 seconds or get slapped 20 times.
That's
just a shit.
What kind of electrocution are we talking?
Yeah, I mean, are we talking like the fucking chair? Am I getting the chair, man, or am I getting the you know, like a small taser that you can buy at a dollar store?
I would probably take the slaps regardless.
Yeah, because
unless electrocution is annoying after like a second.
Yeah, it's really painful. I wouldn't do it. Okay, next one. Stung by 20 bees in random locations or have each shin kicked hard 10 times.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Why are they all so painful? Like, what is this? Let's move on. Like, let's go to one. Here's one. Be anorexic or be obese. Like, neither of these are great. Take 3 shots of dip tobacco spit or take 3 shots of dirty bong water. I mean, come on, what is this? What is this, breakfast? You're taking the bong water for sure. Live in a Toyota Prius or live in your bathroom for the rest of your life.
Oh my God, Prius, easily. I've seriously strongly considered. I've looked into Priuses to purchase.
You would live in a Prius?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good way to live.
Okay.
I might still do that at some point on my own volition.
Like just live in a, but dude, that's not like a livable car, dude.
It's not about living. It's just about being able to make it a space where you can sleep at night, and then you do all of your living elsewhere.
Okay. I mean, like you're not like you're too tall to live in a Prius. You know that, right? Like you're way too tall to do that.
Please, you're flattering me. No, it's like you fold up the front seat, and then there's like you sort of make a diagonal bed. I've seen a lot of schematics online, so it's a really interesting idea. And Priuses are good cars to do it in. Teslas are going to be the next coolest ones. But
I think I mean Teslas, like people might just actually live in them because they'll just drive you wherever.
yeah,
They'll just take you to wherever you need to go. All right. Let's do. You want to do like 2 more, and then we'll call it quits.
Yeah, let's do one more really good one.
Okay. Man. Oh man, these are all terrible. This one's kind of heinous. This one says, would you rather castrate a lamb using only your teeth?
Oh my God.
Or wrestle a territorial 8-foot alligator by diving on its back?
8 foot. Yeah, I think that it's actually not that hard to wrestle alligators once you're on their back.
Yeah, but they'll do the death roll. Like if you accidentally fuck up and you get an arm in there, like they'll just death roll you, man. Like one of those guys can death roll a hippo. Like think about it. And they run like really fast. Like they run like 20 miles an hour in a straight line.
But if you're in the right, if you know what you're doing, you don't get death rolled.
Yeah, but this is like you don't know what you're doing, right? This is a would you rather. It's like right.
Imagine trying to castrate a lamb, but you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking gonna kick you in the face, like you're gonna lose a tooth, but you may not die. That's the thing, dude. I was watching a fucking I forget what documentary it was, but I watched them actually castrate a lamb. I think it might have been a Vice documentary where they actually castrate a lamb, like on the episode, and the guy straight up bites, like he cuts the sack and pulls the sack off, like removes the sack, and then just nibbles on the little tendrils or whatever they're called, and like bites them off of the lamb. And then like 30 seconds, the lamb is fine. Like in the moment, apparently it hurts the lamb very much, but afterwards, like they don't even remember that they had balls.
What?
Yeah.
What is it? What does he nibble off?
Like, you know how your testicles, like in your sack, they kind of look like I guess a grape.
Okay.
And then there's like that little string that looks like it's connected to a suction cup. Okay. You know what I mean? And it holds the grape to your body. That little string is what he bites through on the lamb. And he bites through both of them, and it's just boop, gone.
Dude, I'm just curious though. Did he not have a tool for it, or?
I don't know why he wouldn't. I mean, maybe I don't know. Like why? Like you really have to be a hardo farmer to be like, I'm not gonna use scissors today. Like I'm gonna fucking get my teeth in there, like right up near this lamb's asshole, and bite its fucking nuts off. I think I'd pick the lamb though, dude. I do not trust myself with an alligator at all. All right, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. I think we've done this one before, but it's just so stupid. I want to do it, but we'll do it real quick. But I don't want this one to be the one. Never read another book, or never hear another song. Wow, dude, that's so deep. Because it's just so deep, you know, how like books and music.
Yeah, those are two things
that are really deep about like the human condition.
And have you ever read like a rather deep book?
Yeah, like one that's like about really deep stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And then also I've heard music that's really deep too.
Oh my goodness! Don't even get me started.
Yeah, like Gucci Gang, by Little Pump.
That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah, I love that book, especially the part where, especially the part where the guy unframes the African American man for the rape and murder of that woman. You know?
Yeah, but then because
what's that guy's name in Gucci?
A racist society, and he like gets shot he gets convicted still, and then he gets shot trying to escape from the prison. Gets killed.
Yeah, what is the guy's what's the guy's name in Gucci Gang?
It's either
something Finch, right? Or
Yeah, it's either Gucci Mane or it's
Atticus
Finch.
Finch. Yeah, Atticus Finch. Yeah, I love that book by Little Pump.
Or is it Lil Nas X?
I think it might have been Little Nas X, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like a lot of Little Pump stuff too. Like, have you ever read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance?
Oh,
Or
that was Lil Pump?
yeah, that was Little Pump, and then he
No
also
way.
did Little Pump also did fuck, what was the name? It's the lesser appreciated title of it is called The Children's Crusade. Oh,
Okay.
Slaughterhouse 5. Yeah, Slaughterhouse 5. He did Slaughterhouse
Interesting.
5. Yeah.
Was that so was Lil Pump around back then?
Yeah. Yeah, he was I mean,
Incredible.
he wrote Slaughterhouse 5. Yeah, I love Slaughterhouse 5 and all about the Tralfamadorians and how, the firebombing of Dresden and how
Yeah.
it just destroyed everything organic.
Very gruesome stuff.
Yeah, incredibly horrifying. I mean, it's a period of history that permanently scarred the human race. That's why we have standards of combat now because of the Nuremberg trials. So yeah, very impressive amount of work done by Little Pump.
He gets so much I feel like hate from people. It's, you hear people almost on a daily basis like he's a mumble writer. He's not making real books. Like,
he's not writing
literature.
Real books. Yeah, it's not. It's a coffee table read. It's something you read during a flight to Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a
I
real
completely
thing.
disagree.
Really? Okay, give me 1 second to put my food in the refrigerator, and then you and I are gonna fucking have it out right here.
So this I have to fill this dead time because if this is an audio segment and we take it out, then you don't want to have any dead time. So I'm gonna rhyme 2 words: ham and spam. All right. Welcome back, Michael.
Do I have the dry mouth noises right now? Can you hear my? Did I get some water?
No,
I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
Rhyme 2 more words.
Okay. Unfortunately, we're back on the spot. So, refrigerator, her digits later. That's one you can use in the song. So, an example would be, I took the salmon, put it in the refrigerator. I met a girl and asked her for her digits later. You have to give me credit if you use it. Hey, Michael.
Hey, what's up? I'm back. All right, last one. And then you and I mean, I don't think I forgot what you said because I definitely remember it like the back, like
Here's the thing. I think one author that I think a lot of people are currently sleeping on, Smoke Perp, has had some incredible work come out the past few decades.
He did the book about Holden Caulfield, right?
Well, so he
and
entered.
And The Sun Also Rises. He did both of those.
Yeah, but his premier work, the Old Testament, was considered by many to be one of the greatest works of literature.
Really?
I mean,
I haven't seen. I saw the New Testament in theaters.
Right.
And I was honestly, I was underwhelmed. But what I heard is that like I should have seen the Old Testament first.
Yeah.
And
but did you do IMAX or no?
No. That's another thing I was told too, is do IMAX. Yeah. I just don't like. I don't know. I don't like. I don't like Brie Larson a lot. So
sure.
Just because, she's too political.
I know.
She's too political.
It's like keep the NBA out of politics. The only people I want making political decisions are 57-year-old white men, preferably on the news.
Well, that's maybe not exactly what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that I've seen interviews too. I mean, Don Cheadle and you know, Hemsworth. What's his first name? Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, they do not like her at all. Did you see that interview? Oh, dude, it's brutal.
They don't like her.
She like literally snaps. Like the entire, like none of the cast really likes her at all. Is what it seems like from the promotional interviews.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I thought the Old Testament was like, the New Testament. I thought the New Testament was okay. But I wasn't like, oh, because there was so much hype surrounding the Old Testament. I was like,
well, have you seen the Quran or no?
I have seen the Quran.
Okay.
And what I want to say is
that's on my to watch list.
Yeah, the Quran's not. It's like the Quran is not a like a traditional. I mean, that's DC, right?
Sure,
so like it's just a different type. Yeah, it's like a different type of movie. You know, like it's like it's more philosophical. Right. It's more about like less about who the heroes are when they're not heroes, and more about like their personal struggle with their own convictions. Whereas like the New and the Old Testament, I mean the Bible universe is more about, you know, the characters when they're not heroes.
I'll tell you what, the fans of the Quran, dude. I mean, those people are dedicated. I feel like that film in particular must have aged really well because, you know, Old Testament, New Testament, like you don't see people screening them as much. The small theaters and stuff, they don't come around. But the Quran, I mean, some places in the world, that's still the favorite movie. You know. Big time stuff.
I mean, they're the two biggest, right? So it just would make sense that there's a lot of people for both of them. But yeah, I could see. I think you're right. I think the people who like the Bible universe, the BCU as it's called, they definitely aren't as dedicated as the fans of the DC universe.
Ethan McChristian said, "Good stuff, boys."
Okay, cool.
Ethan. Feel free to chip in via chat. What are some of your favorite podcasts, short stories, poems?
Yeah. Okay, so here's one that is another one about fighting animals. So this is the last one we'll do. Fight 3 bulls at the same time.
Yes, that
or
one.
Fight 10 bulls one at a time.
Wow. So let's just make our own rules here.
So one's a war of attrition, the other one's like you have to be very.
Are we gonna have weapons or no? Say a sword. Do we get a sword?
I mean, dude, like the question's called Matador, so I would assume you have like the spears that Matadors have.
Okay. Yeah. I think I would definitely take the 10. Because you're gonna, by the time you get to the 10th one, you're gonna be pretty good at killing bulls.
Yeah, you might be able to do it fairly quickly. But again, though, if you take a hit from one of them, you know, if you take a hit from the third bull by bull 7, like you're gonna be fucking like dead in the water at a certain point. Like that must be so exhausting. How long do bullfights typically take? Like, is it like 3 hours or is it like 8 minutes?
I think that a good bullfighter could put a bull down quickly, but I think they draw it out for show purposes.
Okay. You know? Fucked up sport, man. Fucked up sport.
I mean,
yeah.
We have a meat industry in America. Potato, right?
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, I what do you call it? Hey, are you worried about those religious comments we just made at all?
Which ones?
The ones where we compared like the 2 leading religions in the world to the Marvel universe and the DC universe. Do you think we're gonna get like beheaded for that?
I'm having a hard time remembering what you're talking about.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember it either.
Give me attention, says Ethan. We just gave it to you and you ignored it. So I don't know what you want from us, but I'm very close to banning you from being able to comment. Speaking of that, one of the guys that I was hanging out with, Ethan will appreciate this. I'm sure you probably saw Michael in the streams from like all of February and part of January. Just blocked me on Instagram.
Ethan did?
No, Sam Clemens.
Is that the Sam that I met when you were here?
No, different Sam.
Okay, I'm not sure who that is.
Okay.
So this has lost its importance on me, but
that's good because we can quickly segue into my next segment. Are you ready for my next segment?
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. It's called I have to read it for my description of this hangout. It's called Smash or Pass with Famous Icons of Aviation.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to screen share here. So we'll start with one that I'm sure you'll recognize, Lloyd Stearman.
Lloyd Stearman? All
Yep.
right, I have to look this up.
No, I got you right here.
Oh, let me see.
Can you see him?
Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what is his engineering significance?
He just helped design a plane that was pretty popular.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up because I may know the.
It's mostly about physical attractiveness here.
Lloyd Stearman. Lloyd. I said Lod Stearman. Lloyd Stearman. Lloyd. Oh, so dude, this guy invented the. He did like airplanes.
Yeah, he was in the aviation world. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass.
Okay, that's fair. I was expecting that one, but I think you might have something different to say about Wolfgang Langweich.
Wolfgang Langweich?
Here's Wolfgang Langweich. Right here.
Wolf?
Langweich.
Lang. Oh wow, Langweich.
Just for this exercise, Michael, I would appreciate if you could just look at the images that I have provided.
Okay. Sorry. I was just he actually made the F4U Corsair naval plane, which is I play a lot of War Thunder, and that's actually one of my personal favorites because the later versions of it actually had a small bomb bay, and the wings were foldable so that they could store them on the aircraft better, and they also had were able to do that while also having 20 millimeter Hispano cannons in the wings.
Wow.
But yeah, very advanced aircraft. Also one of the first propeller planes ever to use an air brake. But I would definitely pass on Wolfgang.
Dude, after all that, well,
yeah.
Looks like we're moving on to everyone's favorite, Bill Lear, William P. Lear.
Lear from Lear Jet? I mean, like I'd do Bill. I'd give Bill a shot.
All right.
No, I've actually been in a Lear Jet.
That's good.
And yeah, when I was a baby. And the pilot did a loop-de-loop, and my dad's drink actually the what is it called? Centripetal force actually kept the alcohol in the glass as he did the loop.
That's epic.
Oh, dude, it was an epic win. Like I might default dance right now.
Well, let's see if you want to default dance in bed with Dwayne Wallace.
Wow, that is a hardened man.
The pencil adds 15 years.
Is there a better picture?
No.
You don't have any? You don't.
There's really not. I don't think this is him. So this is Doug's Deacon.
Just because the picture's so bad and I don't actually know what he looks like, I'm gonna have to pass on Doug Wallace.
And then finally, Lance Armstrong.
Okay, now you're just fooling me. Now you're fooling me. Because he rides a bike. You think I don't know he rides a bike, dude? But yeah, no, smash, totally smash.
And that was Smash or Pass with Michael Bachurski.
Wow. All right, that was a great segment. I actually enjoyed that one heavily. All right. I want to do the same game with you. I want to do I'll think of one. You just start the next segment and we'll come back to mine.
I start that. Okay. the next segment is very thought intensive from you.
Okay.
But I can always improvise with another segment called Centripetal Force Isn't Real. It's a collection of normal forces, you stupid phases. That's another segment that.
Well,
Ethan
I actually
took.
I took AP Physics, so I actually knew that. But I didn't say it because I didn't want to sound like an asshole on the internet, Ethan. I didn't want to sound like a know-it-all asshole, so I just said centripetal force because it's a more relatable abstraction for the actual, kinetic equations and mechanics that go into centripetal force.
That's good stuff. You won this segment.
Yes, I did. What else do we have on the docket for things?
My last segment for you it's called the hashtag you, as in YOU-logy. And it's you have to give a speech at your own funeral. Go.
Get a load of this dead guy. Crazy how that guy just slipped in the bathtub. Really underwhelming. I thought for his sake it was going to be more meaningful than that, but here it is, just another cosmic joke. All right, so what can we say about Mike? Wasn't a bad guy, wasn't a great guy, just pretty normal. He was a pretty decent video editor, but he never, kind of failure to launch, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's pretty much all I remember about him, other than his abysmal self-deprecating humor. So, with that, rest in peace, Mike. Maybe there's an afterlife, but probably not. Okay.
All right, now I'm going to do the eulogy at your funeral, okay?
Okay, all right.
Mike was a close friend of mine, and we grew up together in the college age. We spent a lot of time together, and we developed together, and I think I speak for everyone here when I say that the sexual assault allegations came out of nowhere, and
why do you do that to me?
I could have expected this.
Why am I always the guy?
And the fact that he buttered up his own bathtub to take his life because of his embarrassment.
That's such a convoluted means of execution. Like, it's like, man, I really hope I get to slip right because my elbows are killing me. Like, but yeah, dude, fucking all the allegations are true. This man was a terrible person. Everything you've heard, regardless of its various sources, is 100% true. And there's a special ring in hell for this asshole. So, all right. So I'm going to play a game now.
Okay.
My game is called Smash or Pass. Heads of government offices. So
all of them.
No, you can't. That's a cop out. That's a fucking cop out, dude.
Okay. Joe
Biden. Good old.
This one's a big pass. This is an immediate pass because
you want to talk about sexual assault, dude. Have you seen the way
his neck smoochies? Listen, it's not the biggest reason I don't like this guy. This is the fact that this is. Let's get into this because I cannot believe that the Democratic Party has picked Biden as their front runner, as their golden boy. It blows my mind.
Why?
It is Hillary Clinton in a male body, which is just the worst thing to bank on that I've ever heard. It's like they took the lessons from 2016 and they were like, how can we do worse? How can we do worse in 2020?
Dude, I don't understand how that thinking happened either. I don't know why they're still there's all that infighting with them and they're just not giving a voice to the candidates that, people actually want. Now Bernie sounds like a psychopath. Bernie sounds crazy.
What's he
I
saying?
remember in 2006, I was all on the Bernie train. I'd met
2006?
Bernie. Or 2016. So I had met Bernie Sanders and I was all on the Bernie train. And then fucking Hillary Clinton,
very
destroyed
back
it.
routes, lots of back
Yeah.
routes there.
Back routes, and then I was like, man, I shouldn't trust any of these people. They have no soul. I think the Democrats now are like the reptilian party that we've all been warned about, because a lot of Republicans are just too backwards and stupid to qualify to be a reptile.
I have to agree with Ethan. I would rather have Biden than Bernie.
Oh yeah, I'd totally rather have. I mean, I don't think Bernie literally denies that he's a socialist after running as a socialist. Like the guy also said that people in prison should have the right to vote.
I think Bernie has some of the worst policies I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I think they're terrible.
I don't think he's a very smart man.
I don't think he is as smart as he was. And I think the dementia's starting to kick in a bit with Bernie. He's an old guy under a lot of stress. I mean, he probably does it to himself. He's like running around through subway stations at 70 years old. Remember that video? And he's like up there screaming and shaking his head and obviously not taking care of himself like he should be.
Like Hillary is.
Like Hillary is with that healthy faint that she had. Now let's move on to other ones. John Kerry.
Who is this?
This was the guy running against Bush, I think, in 2008.
Is he now in? Is he in the government still?
Before 2008, the term before? Yeah, apparently he's Secretary, Department of State, Secretary John Kerry. My dad hated this guy. My dad was very much not about John Kerry, and I'll never forget. My dad was like, "Oh, what did you hear about John Kerry? You think he's a good candidate? He was in Vietnam and he ran away." Like that's what my dad was. He ran away. Like, and it was all about like John McCain was there and was I'm like, Dad, like we would both run away too. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think he was like some sort of like high rank, like one of the guys that shouldn't be running away. I don't know. Okay. I may be diminishing his legacy, with a lack of information that I have on. But
I'd like to let you know that Ethan is an immediate smash for John Kerry. He said so.
Immediate smash for John Kerry. What about you, Michael?
That one would take some warming up to.
I just feel like he gives
me that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass vibes.
He's got good bone structure. It's just his skin doesn't look. I mean, when he's younger, he's like tan, like a striking. Look at this striking young man, And now it's like really.
I'm not quite getting what's going on.
Yeah, it's like a weird priest. Okay, like a weird old priest is what I am saying. That's what his skin looks like now. Moving on. Let's do you. How many did you do? 4? I'll do 2 more. We got Jack Lew. I've never seen Jack Lew in my life before, but now I have. Who is the Department of the Treasury. And you can see what this man looks like in the flesh. There's good old Jack Lew.
Yeah, it's a smash.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
You think so? He has a pretty consistent face. He doesn't look like the type of guy to like blow up,
Mm-hmm.
He got glasses. Seems probably pretty smart because of the glasses.
Absolutely. Very smart.
And definitely it looks like somebody I would trust with the nation's wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said smash on that one. So what was you said Biden pass, John Kerry pass?
John Kerry. Yeah, John Kerry is a pass for me.
Okay. And then Jack Lew. Jack Lew's in there.
What about Cory Booker is a suggestion from the audience.
Cory Booker, didn't he like molest a girl or something? Like,
thanks a lot, Ethan.
Cory Booker?
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Cory Booker. Cory Booker. 1992. Cory Booker wrote of groping a high school friend as they. I just want to see the article. It's from the Washington Post, but it's like you gotta unblock the ads if you want this hot take, buddy. While they fumbled I think it's as upon a bed and issued a call for sexual respect. Wait. Cory Booker, here's what this sentence makes no sense. In 1992, Cory Booker wrote of groping a high school friend as they fumbled upon a bed and issued a call for sexual respect. What does that mean? Sexual...
I'm gonna pass on Cory. I don't like the way this is looking for Cory Booker.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't want him to be too. I don't know what happened, but it sounds like something that I don't want.
I don't want to know
written about me.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I certainly. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got now. We got Ashton Carter, who is the...
Ethan said every politician has groped someone. Get over it, Mab.
Mab. Jesus
what does that
Christ. Mean? Mab is like an organization. Mab. Yeah, monoclonal antibody. That's what that stands for. All right, so now Ashton Carter, who is the beloved United States Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, it's a smash.
Yeah, dude, this guy seems like somebody you want as a Secretary of Defense.
So you could
like he's
sit down with them and have a good conversation.
Yeah, like he's the guy that flies in on the plane, you know, with the suitcase, and he's like, "Here's your own runway." You know, like the plane's doesn't have any numbers on it. There's 3 million in gold bars in the back bathroom. You didn't see me. And then he gets on the helicopter and flies off with his little Bluetooth on. You know what I mean? Like the CIA agent who was in what's that Leonardo DiCaprio movie? Like not True Lies. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man, dude, I gotta look this up. Leonardo DiCaprio CIA movie.
We have another suggestion.
Body of Lies. Okay.
Kong Harold.
Kong Harold.
Harold spelled with 2 A's.
Excuse me? Kong Harold. There's Kong There's a name that's literally Kong Gago.
Well, can you screen share so I can see what he looks like?
It's not coming up. I don't know how to spell. Is it with a K?
Yeah, don't you worry.
Yeah. I'm going to look up our next lovely...
Huh. Looks like a ship.
Huh. That was not what I was expecting because you were Googling a person, I thought.
Operates in Norwegian waters. That's awesome. Yeah, I would smash 100%.
Yeah, dude, you want to look at some big ass boats?
Yeah. Big ass boats.
One of my goals in life is to buy a battleship. An old battleship. Obviously deactivated, but one of the ones I want to purchase one day, if I'm so fortunate, is a motherfucking a USS Cromwell. Look at that bad boy. Look, that one says sold. That one says sold on the screen. People actually buy these things. That's pretty cool.
Which one of these do you want?
Is that a Cromwell? Or you looked up Cromwell? Because I also did as well. Here, I'll turn off my screen. Yeah, Cromwell.
Not a lot for sale. Let's try. Is there shopping? There we go. Oh, you could buy this. This.
Wow, that's a battleship. Battleship Maine, large size. Yeah, that seems like something like a device that would have a lot of utility to my life.
It's only $1,000 too.
Yeah. So there's if you live in Philadelphia, or like I did, you'll notice that there's a ship called the America. And it's a ship that has just been sitting there and they don't know what to fucking do with it. But it's this big ass, it's It's this big ass cruise liner right here.
Oh, that's really
maybe
big.
it's called the United States. I think it might be called the United States.
That's
But
huge.
yeah, or let me see. Let me just look up like old cruise ship Philadelphia. Yeah, old cruise ship Philadelphia comes up right here. Yeah, it's called the United States actually. But it's this big ship that they tried to like rebrand into a like I guess like a new luxury cruise liner. But it just like never happened. And then they tried to make it a casino, but it was like too much money. But I wonder what a ship like this would go for. I'd imagine it's probably like hundreds of millions of dollars. And then also on top of it being hundreds of millions of dollars, like the renovations to get it up and running again would probably be worth more than the ship.
Yeah, and probably the upkeep and stuff is expensive too.
But if I had the money, I mean, I would totally buy that ship, you know? And just like United States redevelopment plans for historical cruise liner. After spending more than 2 decades anchored in Philadelphia, a retired ocean liner is preparing to make the waves once again. This is in 2019, so somebody's actually doing this. Okay. The USS United States, which holds the record for fastest maritime journey across the Atlantic Ocean, has been docked at Philadelphia's Pier 82 on the Delaware River since 1996. That's the year I was born.
That's pretty impressive. It's the fastest ship across there.
It's the fastest ship, and they just were like, yeah, like we don't need to save this. Like, just fuck it, just leave it there.
Oh, I have good news. Turns out that I was wrong about the cruise ship. This is actually Kong Herald. Right here, this is Kong Herald.
I mean, this is going to be an obvious smash. I mean, look at that balding head, gigantic, near cancerous mole, and yellowing teeth. How could you not fall in love with that man's scraggly cheek hairs?
Kong is skeptical.
Kong is skeptical. As am I. I'm also skeptical.
Kong got a haircut.
Wow. Look at that guy shaping up.
One more Kong. Kong is ruffled in the wind.
Kong is ruffled. Yo, if you think America respects small business, you're wrong. And you want to know how I know?
Yeah, how do you know?
Because Small Business Administration is the last thing on the list of government heads.
I knew it. I knew that. They didn't care about them.
Yeah. The United Nations is before small business. Can you imagine that?
That's unreal. I don't even know what that is.
U.S. Trade Representative Michael Froman. We could look this guy up. This will be the last guy, and then we'll move on to something, less painful.
What did you just say?
Like less painful? Like do you just have like a general anxiety and pain inside of you right now? I know I do. Let's see what we got. So here's a really appealing picture of Michael Froman.
I don't know if I've ever reached a pass faster in my life.
Really? What's it about?
It's just him.
Yeah, look, that guy looks ridiculous. I'm supposed to take that haircut seriously? Come on, man. You know? He just looks like man, that's a depressing looking man.
He looks really sad there.
Yeah.
I feel bad about what I said now.
Maybe he could use a nice night out. What do you think this guy talks like? I feel like this guy really has a long, drawn out, like.
Let me hear your impression of him.
Well, as you can see, we've been trying for years to be trade representatives for the United States, but to no avail, and that's because the situation with the Dramatic Coast has exacerbated to a level unprecedented in recent America.
You totally see him saying this and then shaking his head a little bit, as you know what I mean, like, well, like,
yeah.
That was
what are you?
Example, but I think that I could see him saying exactly what you were saying.
Dennis McDonald with John King, who's the Department of Education.
Wow.
Over under on him being obese. Okay, he's not. I just love kids. That's John King right there. It's all about the children. You know, the children are the future of this country, and the faster that we can put pencils on the table and food on the table and
Whoa, what's that
books on the
vintage
table
picture?
right here, John
Yeah.
King. It's John King, the explorer, who sounds way more interesting than that guy. So this guy, John King, December 15th, 1838 to January of 1872, was an Irish soldier who achieved fame as an Australian explorer. Okay.
This is more my speed.
Yeah, was the sole survivor of the 4 men from the ill-fated Burkes and Wills expedition who reached the Gulf of Carpentaria. The expedition was the first across Australia from north to south, finding a route across the continent from Melbourne in Victoria to the Gulf of Carpentaria in Queensland. So that's gotta be the most fucking treacherous expedition that's ever happened, dude. Like we're talking, like everybody's all like about what is it, Bonnie and Clyde, Lewis and Clark,
Lubert and Clerk,
Lubert and Clerk, dude. Fucking this guy did the same thing over a vaster territory, and there was fucking snakes everywhere. Like everything wanted to murder this guy, and like
and you know, he made it.
And he made it, and he was the sole survivor of the expedition.
And he is now just one of hundreds of pictures of a different John King on Google Images.
John King.
It's crazy.
Man, we are dead before we even have lived, huh? How crazy is that?
All right, now one more smasher pass. This is the last one because I'm about to smash or pass myself after this. This is Davey Waithney.
That guy looks like Ron White, but like, what is he, like a sports commentator?
I couldn't tell you, but what I do know is that
where's he from? He's from
Norway, I think, and Ethan's girlfriend has the same Instagram name as this guy. Her name is Davey Waithney, or like on Snapchat or something.
So when he's like, my girlfriend's, you want to see my girlfriend on Instagram, and they look up Davey Waithney, this guy comes up, and they're like, wait a second.
Yeah, it's the wrong person. And then it's like, you've only talked to her via some chat boxes.
And then he goes home to the David Waithney that we see here. I don't know why you are ashamed of me. Ethan. That's not Norwegian, but howdy, Ethan. I wish you were not embarrassed to see me. What is Norway famous for? Like, what is it the Vikings, or is it like the Mullard Maersk group? You know, this giant shipping container group. Like, what is like Norway's claim to fame?
Davey could probably answer that for us.
Norway's claim.
See, even in the chat, her name is Berth Waithney.
Berth Waithney. So waffles.
And everyone calls her Davey for some reason.
All right, the 11 most famous things about Norway, from fjords to skiing at the midnight sun. It's spelled FJORDS. I don't know how to pronounce that word. So fjord, skiing. The first one is waffles. Famous for waffles. So if you like waffles, you know, drop Norway a line. The second one is trolls. So
Jesus Christ.
Well, that was pretty exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
I got scared. You said trolls.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so thanks, Norway, for having people talk shit on my YouTube comments. That fucking really means a lot to me. And then fish. Fish did not exist before Norway. That's a fun fact, especially these fish right here. That is the most horrific looking fish I've ever seen. I don't know about you, but that thing looks like it could kill me with minimal effort. So fish, that's another thing. The midnight sun, which apparently is represented by a fully nude family. The foreground of the frame is a small boy's penis holding his naked father and naked mother's hand. So there's the midnight sun for you. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a sun that comes out at midnight. Stave churches? That's not a thing. What is that? There are dozens of medieval wooden stave churches across the country, many still in excellent condition. Stave church enthusiasts come to Norway just for the chance to tour them. What is a stave church? Do you know what a stave church is?
I sure don't.
Okay. A stave church? And how are there stave church enthusiasts? A stave church is a medieval wooden Christian church building once common in northwestern Europe. The name derives from the building structure of a post and lintel construction, a type of timber framing where load-bearing or pine posts across the starf in Old Norse. I don't know what that means, but apparently they have a lot of enthusiasts, so that's pretty cool. I didn't know that that was a thing. I had always thought that like France was famous for its churches, until now. Pretty unfortunate, but I'd always famous churches. I was like, there's one big one in France, and now it's just gone. So,
do you think it's immoral for people to donate to the Notre Dame fund?
No, but I also realize that it's like, you're really passionate about rebuilding the church, but you could also use that money to, I don't know, feed millions of people. I just don't I don't understand why rich people are like, haha, I have $186 billion. Now let's play some Fortnite. Like, dude, fucking go fix. You could build desalination plants across the world.
Well, to be fair, you just
water.
mentioned that if you had the money, you would buy a battleship.
Yeah, but I would also use that battleship to go around the world building desalination plants. I already said on the earlier podcast, I was like, if I was rich enough, I'd totally go broke trying to fix the world's problems. Like, I'm not about, because if you have like $3 billion, it's like, okay, I can buy anything I want other than, say, a B2 or B2 stealth bomber, which, okay, I wish I could, but at the same time, it doesn't really have a practical use for me other than, I don't know, dropping food in areas where I could be saving the world.
Dropping desalination plants in remote locations.
Yeah, and then secretly. They pick up the plant and they plant the plant in the beach, and then, it blossoms into a giant desalination. So
ironically, there are actually plants that natives use for that purpose, right?
Really?
Plants that just
clean out,
soak up water, and then you cut the plant and you drink water from it.
I've heard that there's ones that will literally turn ammonia, liquid ammonia or liquid poison into drinkable water.
Interesting.
Which is fucking crazy. All right, let's finish up this list of things that Norway is famous for. The Vikings. So if you were, in those times, and they came in and they killed you and raped your daughter and wife,
then you should remember that well.
You should, check out the museum. And that's actually it. That wasn't 11 things, but that's good enough for me. I mean, we got stave churches, the midnight sun, killer fish, trolls. Look at that little shyster.
Yeah, and that's a troll.
Waffle. Oh, there's also stuff over here. Coffee, elk, and reindeer. That does not look like.
That's awesome. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Let me go back to that one. Let's go. I'm gonna click on your screen here.
Yeah. Look at that guy's. Look at guy's eye.
You did the voice for the last two people, so I'll do this one.
Okay.
Hello, it's me, a reindeer. So, what'd you think about that?
That was pretty good. Yeah, that's what I picture a reindeer like just enough, naive stupidity for an animal, but still articulate enough to be a Disney character. That's good. Also skiing is one thing that they invented.
Do you feel comfortable talking about Disney, knowing that
whale meat?
That Walt Disney was a raging anti-Semite?
That's a very odd thing to bring up at this moment. Dude, I think like I don't know, man. I'm not Jewish.
What if we played this podcast was a game of cat and mouse, and I was the cat and I was the political correctness cat, and the whole time we would talk about topics, and I would just be trying to catch you.
Yeah, that's what it feels like already. Like that's what I think it is. It's like you're just waiting for me to say something that'll destroy my life in a matter of like 2 weeks.
And I'm always trying to set you up for something. Like
yeah, totally trying to set me up for shit that I'm like.
You like using freeways, right?
Yeah,
like it's more convenient than rural roads.
Yeah,
interesting. You know who invented those, right?
In America, they were built by Dwight D. Eisenhower, you motherfucker.
If I were rich, I'd take out all the countries with a GDP per capita with a T value lower than -2. That doesn't mean anything to me.
That's too. Yeah, that's too much. I don't know what that means.
Ethan, put that in layman's terms.
Yeah, put that in dumb people's terms, man. Don't start like fun facts about Norway. The world's longest road is in Norway. So
that's not fun at all.
There might be Nobel Peace Prize is awarded in Oslo. Norway owns the world's most remote island on the other side of the world. Norway has a land border with Russia. You don't say. Yeah, do you know that Norway like fought against the Russians in I think World War II?
Ethan said he'd get rid of the bottom 5%. Ethan, what does that mean
GDP? Like, what do you mean?
To take out the bottom 5%? Do you mean you take them out for Chinese food?
Are you talking about like fucking what was the guy that invented the Ford company? Or oh no, the guy who did Standard Oil, who would literally drop the price of gas to $0 and then just wait for businesses around him to go out of business. That's why we have laws against price gouging, because they would just tank the prices and then everybody would be like, I can't compete with $0 for gas.
I see. And Ethan would economically take them out.
So you would just undercut the bottom 5% of the world's like how would you do that? Would
Michael,
you buy it up?
I think would you mind leaving and then re-entering real quick? I think your audio sync got off at some point.
Okay, yeah. Let me do that right now.
Okay.
Am I back? Am I back on?
Yep, you're better now. Everything's good.
Yeah. Dude, that's pretty crazy, man. I don't know how you would. I mean, how would could Bill Gates go to like a very poor country and then be like, I'm just gonna buy you? Like
purchase the country?
Yeah. How would you buy a country? Like, because that's what Venezuela right now. Like the guy who's the head of
for sale.
Well, no, the guy who's the head of the private military company Blackwater was like, I could go into Venezuela with 5,000 mercenaries and in the span of a month take it over right now. Like if people in the US would back me. And like he totally could do that, but like does he own the country then? Is it his country? Is it like a mercenary state, or does he return it to people in Venezuela? Like what do you do in that situation, you know?
Yeah, he could rename it
Venezuela 2.
New Venezuela. If you could pick one state to own, which state would you own?
I would own Texas.
Yeah.
Because it's the only state that has its own power supply. And then I would just secede from the United States. Not because of any sort of like political thing. I would just want to start my own country. And you think like the people in Texas would be like, woo! Yeah, brother. And then I would just be like, you guys like new Texas? You guys want Texas to have a seat at the UN? You know? That would be so crazy. Some guy in a cowboy hat is just like in the UN, like, I'm here representing.
I don't know about this plan.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about the Department of World Education, but I tell you what, man, I am sick of all. I don't know what to say. I was gonna say something, but then I was like, that would go really poorly.
Dude, come on, push the buttons. Push
Okay. I'm sick of all of these turtle crossings in the state of New Jersey for when the turtles migrate from the marsh to the beach.
Dude, you know what? Ethan said I'd drop care packages in remote places with candy laced with Ebola E. coli. Parentheses, since it's illiterate and cute.
What? That wasn't a sentence. That wasn't a sentence, man. Come back when you got your sentences on point, man. That was fucking ridiculous. That was a roller coaster of a sentence. I'm gonna murder people by dropping Ebola-filled candy because it's so fun, because they're so fun and cute. What does that mean?
Is Ebola a disease that kills you? I thought I just made you.
Dude, it literally turns. No, it literally turns your liquid, like your insides, into liquid that you poop out. It's not good for you. You do not want to contract Ebola. That's for sure.
Which part of that is bad? Lose weight quick.
The pooping out your stomach part, I think, is the worst part of that. Yo, so apparently America is not a superpower anymore. That's kind of strange. Well, I mean, they are. They're in the. They're just number 10. You know,
who says
they're
that?
Not. Wikipedia. Wikipedia is like Qatar, Manchu, Luxembourg, Singapore, Brunei.
This must be an
Ireland.
economic superpower.
This is International Monetary Fund in 2018. World Bank,
I'm not surprised.
We are number 11. And then fucking Central Intelligence Agency, we are number 13.
But to be fair, militarily, we're not to be.
Oh, we have an enormous. We're essentially where Russia was, like at the end of World War II. Like we have a huge military and nobody to fight. So we're just kind of like, all right, you know, when's this shit going down? Because we know you European motherfuckers are gonna fuck it all up again. We're just waiting for that day, you know. Unless we have a civil war, which we could totally have a civil war. But
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't imagine Americans getting fired up enough to have a civil war. I feel like America doesn't care enough anymore.
Yeah, but that's exactly the problem, because there's an America that doesn't care, and then there's America that cares way too much at the same time.
The American that doesn't care is probably the America with more money, and they would probably just leave if there was a civil war.
I don't know, dude.
just not be around.
Think of those wealthy Southern families. You know, like think of those families in New York who are like super, super wealthy. Like, you think they want to leave Manhattan? Like, fuck no. They're like, oi, I've been here for fucking 65 years. I'm not going anywhere, you fucking cunt. And then the people in Texas are like, hey, yo, like, you think you're going to take away my fucking gun? Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
Boom, boom.
What are the people in California? What do they say?
Like, hoo-wee, I tell you what. I tell you what. I'm a firm believer in free speech and the Second Amendment. That is why I chose to live in the state of California, because of their lax censorship culture and very loose gun laws here in the state of California.
All right, now
alt reality America.
Now we have to talk about Cold Mountain.
What's Cold Mountain?
It's like, so have you been on a normal mountain before?
Yeah.
All right, so picture that, but you were reborn with all your memories, but you're the opposite sex.
God damn it, dude. Can you fucking get over this stupid would you rather question?
Elvis has entered the building.
Elvis has entered the building?
Yes, this is what I've been told.
Okay.
That came from Toby-Wan Kenobi.
Toby-Wan Kenobi. So I'm just looking at the top 10 poorest countries. Cambodia is pretty poor. It's number 8.
Yikes.
Afghanistan is the poorest.
Congratulations, Afghanistan.
Yeah, oh man. But yeah, man, that's pretty crazy.
Let's look up richest country in Europe.
It's Germany.
Oh, you'd think so.
Who is it?
I think this is using different metrics.
Yo, did you hear that the German, prime minister or chancellor? I'm sorry, the chancellor was like, yeah, America's like not our friend anymore. Like we're gonna like block them on Twitter, essentially.
Germany said that?
Yeah, let me see what I think her name's Merkel. Yeah, German chancellor. Okay. Why did this bring up a new tab? This one's, it says how Trump made war on Angela Merkel and Europe, the New Yorker. Dude, you know, I always go to the New Yorker for a truly unbiased take on international politics. Same thing with the Washington Post. I literally, dude, I wish that news outlets today just had a fact sheet, like an actual fact sheet that you could just say like, oh, okay, that's the facts. And like, I don't want to hear fucking blogger.
Like something you could send to your fax machine.
Yeah. Like something. Yeah. God damn it. No, but I mean, like, what I don't like is that there's like political commentary in the news now, like, which really pisses me off because I feel like, I don't know, in the 1960s, the journalism was so much more objective when TV came out.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because especially during the civil rights movement, you know, because like they hadn't shown like the protests at all. And then when they finally decided to show the protests of like what was actually going on, it changed people's opinions of the situation. But I think that who was like Walter Cronkite at the time wasn't the type of guy to like, he was just a very good journalist, like back when journalism was still like a truthful, honest thing. And now it's not. It's this like AdSense sort of tomfuckery where you got to be the first. Yeah. But yes, so how much of a fear-mongering title is this by U.S. News? Trump's America is no friend, says Germany's Angela Merkel, head of thorny G20 summit. I don't know what that means, but like, I just don't. It's like, I don't know, man. German Chancellor Angela Merkel is no longer describing Donald Trump's U.S. as a friend in the campaign literature of the country's elections in September. The divisions are expected to widen between the leaders at the G20 summit this week.
Well, that is an excellent segue to our final segment, which is called commenting on Facebook posts.
Okay, let's go for it. Also, too, dude, I want to do a thing where I just purge the people who I'm following on Instagram, and you do it with me.
You stop following people.
Yeah, and then that's a good idea.
Yeah, there's an app that you should get where it tells you who's following you back, and it'll really undermine all of the trust that you've had in people, and then you can unfollow the ones who aren't following you back. Okay, so all of my things on Facebook are from the USC memes page, and they're all about the same meme, which I don't think is really that funny.
About the kid who lost his money?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the guy selling jacket. I mean, how stupid of a motherfucker do you have to be? Like, what fucking padded privilege playpen? God damn it! Did your like parents raise you in where you can't like go, oh yeah, like maybe I shouldn't trust this guy who's dishing out jackets for the large sum of $2,800? Which, who the fuck gave you that money, right?
Okay, let's do this one. This is a good one. I looked at this post. Ready? I'm going to scroll down real quick, and I thought that these slits in her dress looked like a hand, like a giant hand.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
And so I commented, if you just look at this image briefly, it almost looks like those slits in her dress are just your ginormous fingers.
And you got a laugh and a like for that?
So I think we need to move on, because
Yeah,
that was not that exciting.
I have to pee.
Okay,
I'll
I'll comment on this one in the meantime.
Okay.
Washington passes bill to become first state to compost human bodies. More compost, less humans. All right. Now here's Emily Susan and a rat. We're gonna say squeak, squeak. We'll add a jiffy here of one of them. There's my contribution. Okay. Now we don't want to get into that one. 8 months you've been the most blank. Graduation countdown. Not saying anything good today. Nothing real catchy. I guess I get it. Your parents raised you a certain way, and that's why you are the way you are. Mine always taught me to take no shit. Okay, skip that one. Abby, oh man, a lot of sexual assault awareness. Okay, here we go. This is one we can get involved in. Maine becomes the first state to ban styrofoam. You there, Michael?
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea because styrofoam is like the worst thing you can put in the ground. It never biodegrades. Yeah, that's a good idea. The Yo, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
For the last like 9 minutes that we have?
Yes. I'm spelling this wrong. Do you have anything else we should add on to this? Like maybe in a gif of a whale?
Dude, you need like a better whale than that.
Okay. Can we do more?
What?
Does that look like a minion?
Yeah. Say LOL, I love minions.
Okay. All right. We'll go back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the human race is going to become an intergalactic species at one point, or do you think they're going to fail?
I think there's a chance. I think the thing is, I think the only real gamble, the only real thing that would make us have to not make it there is if we like all die because of like a war or an epidemic or like a disease, right? Because otherwise, even if it's like slow progression, we're gonna keep progressing and we'll just get there at some point, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good notion to have, but I don't think all 7.6 billion are going to make it there at all in the next 125 years. Like that's the hard date,
yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Oh, the hard date for what?
Like apparently in 125 years, that's like the window of like, all right, this is by that point, it's like the planet's dead.
I think we're gonna fix the planet quite a bit before then. I think there's.
How do we? I think. I mean, you would have to get one. Like China doesn't have an EPA. Right? So you'd have to get China on board. You'd have to get the Middle East on board. You'd have to get all of the majority of Africa on board.
Here's the thing. Why are people buying Teslas right now?
Because I think they don't want to have that reliance on fossil fuels, but also a Tesla is a status symbol. It's not just like.
And it's a better car in a lot of ways than.
But also, yeah, it's a way better car. It's like the car of tomorrow, right? It's like the tomorrow's man's car, right? Like the thing though is that like when they first started doing this stuff with Priuses, like the way that they had to ship the batteries across the oceans, And the fact that when the batteries would die and you would have to scrap them in a landfill, it would actually leave more of a carbon footprint than like the number of Priuses in the world could combat. So we still haven't gotten like the
But
battery
that's not the case with Teslas right now. And the deal is that the reason that people are going to change to renewable technologies and like healthier sources of energy for the earth it's not going to be like a treaty or a pact or like regulations. It's going to be that the technology is impressive and convincing and
enough to, no, I agree with you. I think it's going to be like a general consensus by big companies who want to have good public relations that like we have to keep sustainability in mind if we want to have, one, a good public image, and two, a product that will sell in this day.
I think that's really applicable for America, but in China, I think it's going to be like quite literally like this electric thing or this whatever runs better and is more efficient than the other thing we're working with. And then that's when I don't think they care about. There's not a lot of
sustainability.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah. I think though the thing though is that like in order to become an intergalactic species is really fucking hard, right? Like you have to find a way to travel so fast that you don't die. You have to find a way to hibernate human bodies so that they don't die in transit. You have to find a way to expedite the process of getting planet to planet, right? Maybe through like surrogate drones. So you have to have the ability to make synthetic humans and then hook up humans to them and then have them live long enough to even be relevant in that process. And then you have to have the entirety of the world's government not have a war over space, right? Like you have to have it so like if America starts building a space station, a big one, right? Like, you know, way out of orbit as a launching point to the next part of the solar system, you have to be able to ensure that everybody's on the same place and nobody attacks it, like on the same page and nobody attacks it, right? And ruins it for everybody because it's like a humanitarian effort. And one of the things I like to point out in this is like, if you've ever seen the movie Watchmen, one of the big premises is that like mankind will inner fight with itself until it reaches a point where there's an enemy that's so big that it has to combat it.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I think that's really what's going to have to go down. I think like this idea, like we have too many conflicts of interests. We have so big of a population, realistically speaking, there's like, how do you manage that in terms of like even getting to Mars, let alone fucking, you know, like, cause Mars is, if the second we get to Mars is going to be the wild fucking West, dude. Everybody's going to be trying to get to Mars, getting to Mars and saying, this is our part of Mars. Right.
Yeah.
And like, how are you going to move 7.6 billion people? Some people aren't going to make it. How are you going to say, hey, you have to become part of this world organization when people push back right against that? Like this initiative to become an interstellar species, like it's almost like a type of fascism, right? But it's just not like ethnic in origin.
Well, let me segue from that to a comment Ethan made earlier. I just realized we missed a lot of comments. Ethan said, here's a good idea, rank every race in terms of how much you like being around them. So yeah, I can let you go first on that one, Michael, or we can gloss over it.
I think that's one we should gloss over for now.
Toby said, list your top 3 ways to off a spouse you no longer want to be married to and why you would put them in that order. And then Ethan said, leave my mom alone, you monster. And my mom said, bonjour. And then my mom said, Toby, my husband chokes when he eats Skittles. So if I ever wanted to kill him, I would buy a Costco-sized bag of Skittles for him. And then Toby said, death by the rainbow. And then my mom said, haha, yes, for the record. I want him to live a very long and healthy life. And then Ethan said, seems like something you would say no matter how you actually feel.
That's funny.
And then a little bit more talk about my mom's husband's survival and okay. Yeah.
This is the Ethan that is leaving Norway and coming to CSTAT this weekend. College Stations. Oh. That's what Beth said?
Yeah, I think that's what Beth just said.
Okay.
Dude, how
Yeah,
do you feel,
dude.
Michael, about the fact that Ethan's coming out here and you're not coming out here?
I wish I could come out there for sure. I'm a little sick right now, so I can't
But I mean, in
make it.
general,
I think you guys are gonna have a ton of fun.
like,
I
what if
don't
it was you and Ethan both getting shipped in at the same time, permanently?
Dude, I think that would be too much. Like, that would be too much just at like not in the summer yet, you know?
Okay.
But no, I mean, like I'm happy that you're gonna have a friend with you. You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty big. And it's gonna make hangouts more interesting. And I wish I could be there, but I can't at the moment because I'm in school. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I'm just, I fear that there's gonna be a day where you're like, oh, I'm gonna just hang out with Ethan. I'm not even gonna hang out with Mike on Google Hangout.
Dude,
God.
I'm never missing RuneScape Thursday. That's the most important day of the week.
I mean, you did today, man. I was pretty disappointed.
I actually really wish I could have played with you, but such are the limitations of a MacBook Air.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's an hour and 30 minutes if you want to keep that hard time frame.
All right. I'm down.
I guess as an initial podcast. I mean, I honestly though, I don't think it was our best one. But I think that
this will be I think this will be the best one to have as a practice podcast to put together and then to actually stitch together and listen to and be like, let's see how this sounds as a piece of audio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we could really learn from this one. And
yeah. I mean, we've been learning this whole time, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like today I've been a little off because, like, dude, I'm burning up. Like, I'm super sick.
Yeah.
Ryan's girlfriend was sick, and she came over, and then Ryan got sick, and then Ryan got me sick.
That sucks.
I was so mad about it. I hate new couples. Like, I like being in a new relationship, but I fucking hate like new couples.
Why?
Like couples that weren't friends first and just went straight into being a couple and now they're a new couple are probably the most annoying fucking thing on the face of the earth. Because they think that because they're a couple, they're entitled to whatever the fuck that they want, one. And then two, they also fucking like, they're always like touching each other and being romantic with each other. I'm fucking, dude, last night I went to sleep hearing them have sex and I woke up this morning to hearing them have sex. And I am so fucking over it.
That is a good relationship.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's only the second and a half month. Like, this is no precedent for how the relationship is going to be in month 6. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very frustrating thing to deal with because, I don't know, it's just annoying to be around. It's not like, it's like hanging out with your friend is fun, but then it's also like you hanging out with, like, it's like a constant third wheel. And it's really, really annoying. And they want to like involve you in stuff or they want to talk to you. But then when they want to talk, they want it to be awkwardly private when you're 10 feet away from them. And it's like, what are you doing? You're here all the time. You have your own place. Go the fuck to her place. Go to her place. Why does it always got to be fucking here, dude? You kidding me? And then I also think like me and the person I was seeing last semester, like we kind of did the same thing to Tim. So it's like, like I understand being on the other side, but like experiencing it from Tim's side, fucking man, like we must have been the most annoying couple ever, but I don't know, man. That's how I feel about it. But it's like, dude, it's just super annoying to be around. It's like the worst. It's like the worst group of people, like they're over there giving each other raspberries. Like, are you fucking, what are you, 7?
They're giving each other raspberries. Dude, that's so I wish I had a thing of raspberries right now.
No. Like, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Are you what are you doing, dude? What are you like, are you 6 years old? Like, you're giving her, like, I don't know, dude. It's just annoying to, like, I could understand. The problem is that I'm always home because I'm always doing work and my workstation is at home. So I can't fucking get away from it. I can't get away from it. Like, no matter how hard I try.
That's tough.
Like, yeah. And it's like, it's always the timing is like, God damn it. Like, now, Anyway, we're 5 minutes over time. So all right, if you want to stop now.
I'm down. Will you?
Yeah, I didn't send you the last one, but I'll get this one done and send it over to you immediately. But But dude, I don't know, man. This one was a little heinous. Okay, we said some pretty intense
I think it's almost.
stuff.
I think this is probably the most mild one maybe that we've ever done. Actually.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was fairly mild, but I think that it's definitely one that people would look for shit in.
Dude, you can't have that mindset. I think that
I know, but you have to understand. Like, I don't know. I'm coming from the fucking university scene,
yeah.
so it's like everything that I like. If I wasn't in school right now, I wouldn't give a shit. You know, but it's like the fact that I'm in school and I'm actually trying to graduate. It's like, God damn it. Like there's just things you can't say or can't really even talk about.
I think you would have no problems ever with anything you say affecting your graduation. But if you were concerned about like jobs at a certain place, then that would be something that is probably a more realistic concern.
Yeah, no, I feel that way too about it. I don't know how I feel about that yet, because I'm not sure that I even want to like work for somebody else.
Right.
You know, one, but then also two, it's like, if they can't understand that, like, I'm doing this to entertain people, like, it's like getting mad at a comedian for a joke. And I obviously, like, I'm not a successful comedian, but I don't know. I'm thinking of starting stand up, so I might be a comedian. But it's like
you're doing, in a way, stand up for 8 people right now, 9 if you count me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like these people aren't here because we're offering critical insight into like the geopolitical sphere. Like although I would like to sound articulate and smart when I say that stuff, they're here because we say dumb shit to each other that goes literally nowhere for like an hour and a half. So it's like, if you can't wrap your head around that, I'm not even sure that I would want to work for a company that couldn't understand that paradigm.
I like this train of thought, and I want to. I think we have plenty of things to talk about in future episodes.
Yeah, let's get some solid segments down. I'll actually put some work into it, and I'm gonna send you this this immediately, because last time I didn't send it and I just totally forgot about it.
You have the email to share it with.
Can you just send it to me, and then I'll send it to me and I'll do it. All right, then I'm gonna cut the recording, and I will see you later.
Adiosos.
Audio.